Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Sylvia Tuniami, and in this video, I'm going to discuss a serious social issue that's been happening in my city, Malang. Yeah, this video is made to fulfill the final project for my debate and critical thinking class, and the topic that I chose is silent struggle understanding mental health among Malang youth. Yeah, this is one of the most serious problems that happen in my city, Malang. Although Malang is often seen as a peaceful and beautiful education city, behind that image, there's a constant social issue that has been quietly growing. The rising number of suicide cases, especially among young people and students. Suicide is not a new issue, but recently it has become more visible in Malang. According to data from Polres Malang, in 2022 there were 21 suicide cases, but in 2023 that number increased to 32 cases. That means the number grew by more than 50% in only 1 year. This increase shows that mental health problems and emotional distress are becoming more serious and need immediate attention. In addition, a report from ngopibareng.id mentioned that from January 2021 to May 2023, there were 43 suicide cases recorded in the Malang area. Out of these, 2023 were related to long-term illness and 13 were caused by depression. The rest were still under investigation. This data shows that depression and mental pain are major causes behind suicide, especially when people feel they have no one to talk to or no support to rely on. Let's take a real example that happened recently. First example that happened in January 2024. In January 2024, a 24-year-old university student identified as MAS was found dead after jumping into the Brantas River in Kalipare, Malang Regency. According to the Jatim and EDN Times, he was a ninth-semester student at a state university in Malang who had been suffering from depression due to his unfinished thesis. Police reports revealed that he had even attempted suicide once before. This tragic story shows how overwhelming academic pressure can be when students feel trapped and unsupported. And second example that happened in April 2025, another heartbreaking incident occurred in April 2025. A 20-year-old student from East Jakarta, identified as BG, was found dead under the Tunggul Mas Bridge in Lowwaru district, Malang. Police suspected suicide after finding serious head injuries and broken legs, indicating that he had jumped from the bridge. According to Malang Times, local authorities expressed concern, urging the government to strengthen mental health support so that Malang doesn't become a suicide destination city. That's so tragic. And the third example, earlier in June 2023, a female student identified as FFL, 23 years old, from Tribuana Tunggadewi University, Unitri Malang, was found dead by hanging in her boarding house in Tlugumas. Jatim Times reported that she was struggling with emotional distress after learning she might not be able to graduate that semester. Friends said she had recently withdrawn from social interactions and seemed deeply hopeless about her future. Now, who suffers the most from this problem? Based on several studies conducted in universities around Malang, college students are among the most vulnerable groups. Many of them are living alone, far from their families, facing high academic pressure, financial stress, and sometimes relationship problems. A research from State University of Malang repository in 2023 found that psychological distress and perceived social support significantly affected suicidal ideation among college students, explaining up to 55.2% of the variation in suicidal thoughts. Another study published by Journal of Psikologi Terapan Unmer Malang also discovered a strong negative relationship between social support and suicidal ideation, and its meaning that the less support a person feels, the higher risk of suicidal thoughts. In a city like Malang, where thousands of students come from other regions, many young people live independently for the first time, they might look fine on the outside, studying, hanging out with friends, posting happy photos online. But inside, some of them are struggling with long lives, academic failure, or anxiety about their future. Without strong social connections or open conversation about mental health, these problems can silently build up and lead to serious outcomes. So, what can be done to solve this problem realistically? One realistic solution is to strengthen mental health education and support systems in universities and communities. Schools and campuses should not only focus on academic success, but also provide safe spaces for students to express their feelings. For example, universities can provide regular counseling sessions, peer support programs, and mental health workshops. Another important step is to encourage open discussion about mental health, to remove the stigma that depression or anxiety is something to be ashamed of. Many people in Indonesia still see mental health as weakness or lack of faith, but in reality, they are medical and emotional issues that need care, not judgment. Besides intuitions, we as individuals can also take part. We can be more sensitive toward our friends or classmates. Ask them if they are okay. Are you okay? What happened to you when you see their sad face? You ask them how is it going. Listen without judging, and remind them that they are not alone. They have you, and you convince them that you will help them. A simple act of kindness can sometimes save a life. If you ever feel hopeless or see someone struggling, you can reach out to mental health services such as Puskesmas Gedung Kandang in Malang, which provides counseling for mental health issues. Now, let's talk about the possible positive and negative impacts of these solutions. The positive impact is clear. More people will feel supported. More students will get professional help, and the suicide rate could decrease over time. By having mental health programs in schools and universities, students can learn how to manage stress, build resilience, and seek help when needed. It will also create a healthier academic environment where people can talk about their struggles openly. However, there might also be some negative or challenging aspects. First, not everyone may take mental health issues seriously. Some might still believe it's just a matter of faith or attitude. Second, establishing counseling centers or mental health programs requires funding, trained professionals, and continuous support, which might not be easy for every school or local government to provide. Finally, talking openly about suicide and mental health can sometimes be uncomfortable in Indonesian culture, so it will take time and effort to change people's mindset. To conclude, the issue of suicide among is not about numbers. It's not just about numbers. It's about real human lives. Behind every statistic, there's a story, a dream, and a person who once had hope. We need to understand that mental health is as important as physical health. We must build a society that listens, that supports, and that helps people heal instead of judging them. Malang is a city of students and dreams. Let's make it a city where those dreams can grow, not far away in silence. I think that's all. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video remind us all to care a little more, listen a little longer, and be kinder to one another. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.